Let's return to one of our top stories today here in Lagos, where police have used tear gas to disperse a crowd that gathered for a Yoruba nation's rally. The demonstration follows a raid by Nigeria's Department of State Security on the residence of Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho. We're going live now to Arise senior correspondent Tokunbo Oyetunji, who is currently on ground. Tokunbo, good to have you join us once again. Bring us up to speed with the latest developments over there where you are.
Well, like you said, what we see around now is some kind of calm, but that does not really depict what happened here. Some moment ago that we showed live to our audience there. Of course, after following the dispersal of the small crowd of protesters that gathered, carrying their placards with Yoruba Nation now slogans and chanting Yoruba Nation now, not just the police, the security forces, a mixture of them, that have been on ground here, actually we're moving about, checking, hunting for some of the suspected protesters that they felt could still be hanging around, and they moved over to the ramp from the Lagos-Ibadan Express way into Ketu and Ikorodu to actually intercept some of the vehicles there, and they stopped. A stop and search was conducted to see if they could find some of those protesters, and indeed they found some of them. Actually, we saw a man and a woman who were dressed in white attire being taken away by the security forces. They equally had a banner of the Yoruba Nation rally that they were carrying with them. But Tokunbo, quickly, we just got a wind of a young lady. If you look just by my right here now, there's a crowd gathered there. We saw a young girl of about 14 years. We really can't determine the age now, but what they told us is that the girl is about 14 years old, and we saw her, in blood. She's lifeless, really. And what the people there told us is that she's been killed by a stray bullet. I can't confirm if live rounds were actually released by the security forces here, but the claim by the people in here, you can see the police vans there that are stationed there, because the crowd was actually becoming very, very aggressive, really, talking to us about the death of the young girl who was said to actually be was helping to arrange, to help out in a provision store to arrange the goods in there, when she suddenly fell down and they realized that she had been hit by a bullet. What we're equally told was that when the pandemonium actually broke out here because of the dispersal of the crowd by the security forces here, that some of the protesters actually ran into that place. Afterwards, they saw the girl falling down, and the next thing they saw was that she had become lifeless. I think the police team. I think the police team are trying to evacuate the body of the young girl. And the crowd there is unruly. Hey! Be careful.
All right, Tokunbo, you also need to be careful as well. We're seeing that crowd obviously agitated by the death of that young girl. This introduces a new twist to this rally, or what is supposed to be a rally, with one fatality from what we're seeing so far. So, Tokunbo, I know you've been talking with people around the region. What are they saying on the scenario so far? Tokunbo, if you can hear me, what are people saying about this rally or lack of it, in the region, in Ojota? All right, earlier we're seeing visuals
it became very rowdy again. If you can hear me this time.
Yes, we can. We can. Go ahead, Tokumbo.
Yes, it became very rowdy, and like I was trying to explain to you, the crowd, of course, understandably, is very, very angry about the death of the poor girl, as the police team actually tried to evacuate the body from here. That, in fact, there was a confrontation, an attack on my cameraman, but we were able to just wriggle out of it. That was why that confusion that reigned then actually came in. So now we can continue our interaction. We can tell you that the body of the young lady has been evacuated by the police team that came around here.
Like I also mentioned earlier, Tokumbo, this introduces a new twist to this scenario that we're witnessing, that the possibility of live rounds, if it is found out that a stray bullet actually killed that young girl. You know, and it comes to question, you know, why can't rubber bullets be used? But why resort to live rounds if that is the case here?
Well, that's it's part of the issue, and it's part of the question that we have to be confronting the police authorities with, whether, you know, there was the possibility of using rubber bullets, like you said, instead of live rounds. But nay, you know, the last time we were here 3 weeks ago during the June 12 protest that happened here, after the tear gas canisters were used, there were live rounds, but they weren't really aiming at people. They were shooting into the air. Like I said earlier, I can't confirm if that happened today, but according to the people here, that was exactly what happened, and led to the loss of life of this young girl here.
Now, Tokumbo, I was wondering, you know, with the death of the 14-year-old girl that you mentioned, if by any chance you've seen any other casualties or anyone wounded from what you've seen so far, and or are events likely to wind down from what you're gathering there at the moment, or are they likely to gain momentum based on this new information of the recent death of this 14-year-old girl?
Tokumbo, I can't confirm to you any other casualty. I didn't see any. I was even surprised to see this young girl lying there lifeless. But what I can tell you is that the situation for now is volatile. The people, the youth gathered there. Of course, we didn't have anything to do with what happened here. But you could see, you know, out of the anger, out of the frustration that, you know, was brewing, that was what led to the attack on my cameraman before we were able to actually calm them down to let them know that we're just doing our job, and we didn't have to be harassed for it. But you can hear from some of the youth gathered here that this is not the end of it, really.
Indeed, Tokumbo, Oyetunji, I beg your pardon. Do stay safe, you know, from all the milieu that we're actually seeing there, and we hope to hear from you more updates as in our subsequent bulletins. And of course, Tokumbo Oyetunji has been giving us snippets of situation regarding the rally, or what was meant to be a rally at the Ojota venue where we're supposed to have that, and of course the police are preventing that from happening.